Hello and a very warm welcome to your festive Friday night futsal action to kickstart this weekend's games in the FA National Futsal Series. And we start the weekend at Hartpury College, where Hartpury host Loughborough students in the men's Tier 1. Kick-off then has been pushed back to 8:10. I'll run you through the two team lineups, starting with Loughborough. They have in goal number 1, Joe Bickerstaff, number 4, Jamie Hunter, number 6, Joe Huxter, number 8, Luke Abdi, and number 11, Tiago Santos. Their substitutes are substitute goalkeeper, number 12, Dijari Maroof, number 2, Reese Whiteheart, 3, Jake Andrews, 5, Johnny Langley, 7, Fabio Teixeira, 9, Ethan Finney, and 10, Captain Neil Morgan. Hartpury then, they have in goal number 1, Dylan Malpaz. The rest of their starting 5 is made up of 7, Dale Richards, 8, Marshall Hale, 9, the skipper, Sam Kerwin, and number 14, Chris Bright. The substitutes for Hartpury are the substitute goalkeeper, number 30, Michael Wright, number 4, Jack Morgan, number 6, Andrew Lanham, 11, Ollie Desborough, 17, Jack Tyson, 21, Paul McHugh, and number 22, Usman Toure. So there's no Rico Zulkarnain amongst the Hartpury ranks today. Presume it's an unavailability for him given the Friday night of the fixture, this game being moved from its regular spot on the Sunday's action due to the Football World Cup taking place over in Qatar. All action on this fixture before we'll have a full day, a packed day of 5 games to bring to you tomorrow. Those fixtures across both the men's Tier 1 and the women's Tier 1 as well. And then just a single fixture to close things off on Sunday as well. It's Loughborough students taking on Hartpury live from Hartpury College here in Gloucester. Hartpury, whose fixture last time out was postponed due to the bad weather and unavailability to travel. But they're back to the action today and looking to get the 3 points against Loughborough, who you would have to say are favourites for it. They'll feel that they're favourites for the game. Loughborough had an excellent first half in their fixture live on BT Sport 1 when they played Manchester last Sunday. Second half comeback from Manchester saw them fall to defeat. 3-1 they lost out in the end, but definitely promising signs for them, particularly in that first half. And they'll be looking to right the wrongs and pick up 3 points here tonight. It's of course the battle for the top 4, the end of season playoffs, the top 4. That's what these teams are playing for, and both of them very much in the mix of that as well as the teams make their way out onto the court. Loughborough currently in 3rd position with 3 wins from the 5 games they've played so far this season. Hartpury, having played a game less, have won twice. They find themselves just 1 place outside the playoff places in 5th. It's Loughborough in the purple and Hartpury in their red and white. 2 teams just going through their final pre-match preparations. Your referees for today's game, by the way, are referee Mark Burkett, second referee Ollie Rodriguez Ballinger, and on timekeeping duties is Duncan Kings. That's how the league table stands. 4 sides in there who have played a game less. Manchester leapfrogging Bloomsbury to the top of the table with that previously mentioned win over Loughborough on BT Sport. And Bloomsbury still very much in the driving seat with that extra game to be played. We'll see them in action when they play later on this weekend. 2 captains there, Sam Kerwin for Hartpury, and back amongst the squad today, having missed out last week, Neil Morgan. 2 number 10s for either side. Neil Morgan, a key string to the bow of Jose Llorente's side, and they'll be pleased to have him back, that's for sure. Later on this weekend in the men's Tier 1, we'll have Bolton up against Manchester tomorrow, along with Bloomsbury, who take on Wessex. And then the Sunday fixture, before the teams can get back to watch the World Cup final, is York and London Helvetia. So that's what's on the card for the rest of the weekend. All eyes tonight very much on these two, with Hartpury hosting Loughborough students in this Friday night futsal action. We are ready to begin then, and it looks as though it's going to be Loughborough to get us underway. Purple strip kicking from left to right as we look at it from the main camera position at Hartpury College. Referee on the near side, Mark Burke, blows his whistle and the game begins. Jamie Hunter in possession, played a lot of the time on court in that fixture against Manchester. Huckster under pressure from Kerwin right from the off, but Loughborough managed to break free and are still in possession through Luke Abdi. Abdi lofts that pass forward looking for Hunter, but it's well cut out and intercepted by Richards, who is set away on the counter-attack. Marshall Hale, as Richards went down there and had a glance towards the referee on the near side. It was off the ball really, after Huckster had offloaded to Marshall Hale. Early corner then here for Hartpury. They're taking it short to Chris Bright. It's back with Hale, big chance, and it's a first save of the game. Good opportunity there. The angle to shoot from was narrow, but Bickerstaff called into action and he denies Hale. Stays 0-0 inside the first minute of play. Kerwin. Up to Bright, and here up to Marshall Hale. Richards toes that one forward. This is a good start to the game for Hartpury. Bright looking for that second post. Animated down on the near side touchline is the Loughborough boss, Jose Llorente. Shaky start for his side, and Hartpury on the front foot. It's left by Bright and struck by Richards. Did that take a nick on its way through? Hartpury certainly feels so, but the decision goes Loughborough's way. Bickerstaff there rolls short to Huckster as Hartpury drop back to a more rigid defensive setup. It's loose again from Huckster. That time perhaps fortunate to get away with it in the way that it just ricocheted off Hale and out. Four fingers in the air from Huckster as Bickerstaff takes up position on the near side. It's a loose ball from Hunter and kind of sums up the start to the game that Loughborough have made, really. It's another unforced error. It's a set-piece opportunity gifted to Hartpury. It's lofted for a potential volley, but brought down by Kerwin and all the way back to the goalkeeper, Melpaz. To Bright, but he loses out. Here's Hunter, just forced wide, and first piece of work to do for Melpaz, simple enough. Richards to Kerwin, he digs out a longer pass in search of Bright, but it runs all the way through to the goalkeeper, Bickerstaff. Huckster trying to appear between lines for Loughborough. Didn't get it initially, but is in possession now. There's options both left and right here for Huckster. Might go alone, did try to get the shot in, and on the follow-up attempt from Hunter, Santos was lurking in a dangerous area, but just too high for him to reach. That's better though for Loughborough. Just beginning to settle down into the game. You can see Pete Valance there, the head coach of Hartpury. Malpaz goes long. It's a Hale. He sets back for Bright and it's skewed wide. Good hold-up play there from Marshall Hale, who started this game in the pivot position for Hartpury. Maybe somewhat of a makeshift pivot with Zulkarnain not involved. But he started well. The two number 8s there come together, and it's Loughborough's Abdi who comes out with possession. Santos. Back to Huckster. Abdi wants and gets it on the near side. Skips past Kerwin. Abdi across to the right, and then it's a good piece of defending and goalkeeping as well from Malpaz to come across and thwart the danger. Loughborough though just beginning to turn the screw, and they cut through Hartpury a little there. Hunter takes the corner in, looking for Abdi. Just lost his footing at the vital moment, and he stayed down on the deck at the moment, Luke Abdi. Really burst onto the scene, Luke Abdi, in the Tier 1 side for Loughborough this season. He played much of last campaign in the Tier 2 side that Loughborough have. Hale, good turn. Here's Kerwin. Abdi back there to gather, and again Hartpury drop off. Abdi ushering his teammates higher up court. Huckster. Santos. Loughborough certainly enjoying more of the possession. Here's Santos, sets it back for Hunter, might get the shot away. Just didn't quite present the opportunity to get the strike in. And it's good defending in the end. Malpaz here on the near side as an option for the escape from the deep kick in. Instead it went long and direct. Tyson there remonstrating with the referee on the near side, but nothing forthcoming the way of the officials. Still 0-0. In there to Abdi, and looking for the run of Huckster on the near side. Just slightly overcooked the pass, and it's out of play. Four goals so far this season in the 4 games that Luke Abdi's played. He is Loughborough's top goal scorer. It's long and headed on there by Tyson. Well, it was direct and route one to say the least, but Bickerstaff forced to make the save. Take a look again at the replay. With Loughborough pressing high, Hartpury looking to exploit the space left in behind perhaps, and very nearly provided the route to goal as Kerwin's shot there is blocked by Huckster. It's another danger sign for Loughborough. Richards across to Malpaz. So often an attacking threat for Hartpury, isn't he, Dylan Malpaz? Happy to operate on either the right or left flank as well, as we see him come across to the near side here. It's a full-on fly goalkeeper 5v4 setup for Hartpury at the moment. Here's Malpaz. Back to Richards, dictating things in the fixed position. Malpaz now retreating. Tyson uses his strength to hold off the defender. Tyson offloads to the right. It's an opportunity here for Hartpury, and it's another fine save from Bickerstaff. Well, it was great work from Tyson to hold up the ball, then played the pass, maybe just slightly too far ahead of Lanham. Managed to control and get the shot in Another save for Bickerstaff, whose tally of saves is quickly totting up early on in this half. That corner's taken short to Tyson and then blasts a shot in. Maybe more of an improvised corner than anything else, but it's out of play again for another Hartpury set piece. Still inside the opening 5, but it's been a good watch so far and plenty of action at both ends. Tyson. Loose one out of play, and we'll see a line change of the outfield quartet there for Loughborough. Just Bickerstaff remains on for Jose Llorente's team. Andrews across to Bickerstaff. Andrews, Langley to Shearer and captain Neil Morgan, the players who have come on to court for Loughborough. Morgan across to Bickerstaff with a first time longer diagonal pass. Far too high to be caught though. Cohen. Shearer across to sweep up the danger, and it's out of play on the far side. Kerwin in possession again. Looks to try to skip past Langley on the near side. It was such an integral part of what this team did well last season before the rebrand to Hartpury, when Worcester just about stayed in the top tier. It's played back here to Kerwin. The opportunity presented itself and it was blocked by Andrews. It will be a Hartpury set piece. Always a threat in front of goal though, Sam Kerwin. Certainly someone that Loughborough will have to keep at bay if they are to prevail with the 3 points tonight. Kerwin twisting and turning and then forced back by Andrews, well held up. Hartpury happy to go all the way back to their goalkeeper Malpass. That's intercepted well by Andrews. Andrews with a loose pass that time. Richards back to Kerwin. Can't quite feed the ball through, and this has presented the chance on the transition for Loughborough, but only momentarily, as Andrews there just ran out of space, ran out of room, and ran the ball into touch on the near side. Still 0-0 as it was for much of the first half that Loughborough played in their last fixture, as Tyson there gets the shot away on the turn. Good spin, and again it's a save for Bickerstaff, one that you would again expect him to make, that time with his left foot. Tyson goes for goal again, and that's a fierce effort which is turned behind this time by Bickerstaff. Certainly had enough pace and power behind that strike. This was the first effort, just through the legs of the defender Jake Andrews, which always makes it more difficult for goalkeepers, but still a comfortable enough save that time, I think, and that one was thumped towards the goalkeeper. Cohen across to Malpass, and a good forward pass down the line. There's a player waiting in the middle, which was Tyson. Ball didn't come to him initially. Still Hartpury pushing for the game's opener. Nothing coming of it that time though for them. And Loughborough have the ball back. Bickerstaff. It's a long diagonal again. You can hear the cry from the Loughborough goalkeeper of He wanting his teammates to come into the middle to offer there. Didn't see that passing option on, so just reset long with the high diagonal. Again, it's an unforced error, and too many of those are creeping in for Loughborough so far. Another sloppy pass. It's given Hartpury this kick in and also the opportunity to change their quartet. Jack Morgan plays it back to Bright. Bright just shifts the angle across to Morgan again for the parallel for Bright, and Hale was lurking on the near side, but it had just gone out of play over on the far side. Long diagonal as Andrews tries to flick it goal bound. Desborough. Good diagonal to find his teammate, and it's back to Bright. Ollie Desborough, another player who burst onto the scene in the top tier of English futsal last campaign. Remember, he scored a hat-trick in a heavy defeat for the then Worcester side against Loughborough against London Helvetia, I beg your pardon, last season. What a moment that would have been for him. Looking to kick on in this campaign. Andrews across. And Jake Andrews' pass was begging to be turned in, but nobody there for Loughborough. Well, that's loose as Morgan tries to nip in and win it back for Loughborough. Final touch to come off Bright. Bickerstaff, it's a loose one as it's an opportunity which presented itself for Hartpury, but well wide, and in the end it's gone out for a Loughborough kick-in. It's another loose pass though, wasn't it, for Loughborough, and they'll have to cut those out. Langley looking for Teixeira. Ball's ricocheting around now, then there's a chance on the counter-attack for Ollie Desborough. Desborough, 1-0! Hartpury lead, and you can't say that they don't deserve it either. Brilliant composure from the young man in front of goal. First blood to Hartpury. Ollie Desborough with his second goal of the season. Was poor again to gift the chance to Hartpury from Loughborough as they lost possession in that middle third. Desborough pounced upon the chance and made no mistake in front of goal. 1-0. Loughborough now need to respond. Teixeira. That avenue of potential attack was quickly shut off. Sam Kerwin came across at the back. Andrews. Given away again, and Kerwin this time is then held up by Andrews. Loughborough kicking. Good challenge from Andrews. Morgan twisting and changing the angle, then plays it down the line towards the second post. Nobody there for Loughborough. Teasing ball in again, wasn't it? We saw one earlier from Andrews with the cut back. Not dissimilar, but the same outcome with nobody there to turn it in. Hale's done well, back to Kerwin, and cross from right to left to Jack Morgan. Morgan held up by Andrews. Chera trying to accelerate down wide right. There was a lunging challenge from Richards, but it went unpenalised. A couple more changes there for Loughborough. Joe Huxter back on. Malpass sends it back to Richards. Malpass just running into trouble. Bickerstaff might take on the opportunity to shoot and does, but it's off target. It's a warning sign though, that for Hartpury, because the last thing they'll want to do is shoot themselves in the foot and concede a goal like that. Huxter, Langley lurking, but it breaks for the goalkeeper Malpass. Another good challenge from Andrews, who's done well to disrupt Hartpury's play on many an occasion in this game so far. Morgan, under pressure, sends it high and long, but Hale's on the end of it. Kerwin, Reece Whitehart, the number 2, and a touch there for Loughborough. Hale trying to accelerate down the line past Whitehart, but Loughborough defenders done well. 1-0 then, Hartpury lead. Ollie Desborough with the goal just a couple of minutes ago, after a loose ball in the middle third of the court presented the chance. Richards. Hunter's done well to nip in and win the ball back. Hunter blocked equally well by Kerwin. It's a right old battle for possession over on the far side. Still no fouls in the game so far, which is somewhat surprising given the intensity and tempo that it's been played at. Kerwin just taking the sting out of things a little. Back to the goalkeeper and across here to Jack Morgan. Hartpury will be happy so far. Hale wriggles his way through here, Marshall Hale, and goes on. What a goal that would have been. Advantage was played on the near side by referee Burkitt for the tug back on Hale as he managed to wriggle his way through. Would have been some individual goal, only denied by the uprights. Loughborough can maybe count themselves fortunate that it's just 1-0 as the whistle there does go for the game's first free kick. Take a look at this again as just wriggled through the two defenders. Might be a bit of an inquest in the Loughborough camp as to how Hale was allowed to do that. Former Loughborough Students player, of course, Marshall Hale. He made the switch in the summer. Very nearly had a spectacular goal to his name against his former club there. What a piece on the foul count now then, with that rolling foul indicated. Bickerstaff quickly out, good goalkeeping, breaks back for the long range strike. Bickerstaff down to save again. And then it's well high up and above his crossbar from even further out from Richards. But you'd have to say at the moment, it looks as though Hartpury are definitely good for their single goal lead and are looking the more likely of either team to get the game second as well. That could all change quickly though. Huxter kicking. Referee Mark Burkitt just trying to hurry Loughborough up in their restart, but they do eventually take the kick in. Desborough. Back to the goal scorer, Desborough again. Tackled that time well by Hunter. Santos to the left. Santos! 1-1! Just like that, Loughborough back on level terms. Thiago Santos finds the corner. Clinical finish. Nothing that Malpass could do to stop it. And after Desborough was dispossessed, Loughborough clinical on the counter. One apiece. And could that kick-start Loughborough into life, really? Loughborough, who haven't played anywhere near the level that we know they can in this one so far, but back on level terms. 1-1. Bickerstaff rolls that short for Huxter. 7 minutes still to play of this first half. Hunter across to Santos and looking for Reese White-Hart. Somewhat surprising maybe that when things weren't going Loughborough's way, their coach Jose Orente opted against the timeout. Here's Malpass. Santos with the touch, but it breaks back to his opposite number in Desborough. Hartpury free kick. Decent position this for Hartpury from wide right. Dale Richards stands behind it with a hammer of the right foot, and it's into Tyson, who would have been another candidate to take, I'm sure. Loughborough with a reprieve. Huxter to Hunter, into Santos. It's better controlled possession now for Loughborough. And they break down this resolute Hartpury defence. Their goal came from a transitional moment, didn't it, on the counter-attack. It's a good ball through to Huxter. Options both left and right for Huxter, who goes alone, and just for a moment it would have had Malpass worried as it beat the goalkeeper, but beat the post as well. Hale that time running into traffic, and it's thundered goal bound from Richards from on halfway, and in the end it was straight down the throat of the Loughborough goalkeeper, but plenty of venom behind that. Either side of where Bickerstaff was positioned, and he would have done well to react. Malpass straight at Bickerstaff, and that's dangerous with the net empty. Bickerstaff, who had the long-range strike earlier on, which dropped wide, that time opting against a shot at goal. Santos only against Richards. Kicking here for Loughborough. Just over 5.5 minutes left to go until the midway point, as that's fired towards the second post again from Huxter. The third teasing ball that's been played into a dangerous area in the Hartpury goalmouth. Loughborough again though, just with nobody in position to convert. Hale. Richards. Here's Lanham. Finney with a touch to find Hunter, to trying to return the ball back to his teammate Ethan Finney, onto court for the first time today, back after injury. Malpass under pressure from the ever-present Loughborough press. Poor pass from Bickerstaff, because Finney had found a good area of the court there. With space to receive, but pass on Bickerstaff's favoured left foot went out of play. Likewise there, Hale finding space in a good area. It's a loose pass again, it's given it away to Kerwin, and well, what a let off for Loughborough, and there's certainly been too many scrappy moments like that. Moment's respite for the students team. Finney, Abdi to his right. Abdi held up by Richards. Finney finds Abdi. Hunter across to Santos. Loughborough who've had much of the possession in these sorts of areas. Looking for the run forward there of Finney, and it was a good idea to find that pass. Four minutes to play until half time now. Apologies for the error on the scoreboard, corrected. Kerwin pulls it across, looking for a teammate in front of goal. Great acceleration and burst of pace down the near side though. Bickerstaff. Again, his diagonal isn't pinpoint. Shake of the head from the Loughborough goalkeeper. Kerwin down wide left again. Teixeira across, he's done really well there. Loughborough's Fabio Teixeira to just get his body in between attacker and ball and shepherd it into touch. Clever. Hunter to Abdi, back to Jamie Hunter. 1-1, finally poised. Can either side find a goal before half-time to put them in the ascendancy? Abdi wriggles free. Abdi goes on, it's Finney! And it's a good save from Malpas. Bar the goal, definitely the best chance that Loughborough have created. Malpas with a big stop. Great 1v1 play from Abdi to open the angle to feed the pass through to Finney. First proper save that the Hartpury goalkeepers had to make. Hartpury feel that that ball had already been in possession of the goalkeeper. Game's allowed to continue. Finney's shot that time was blocked. Teixeira. Malpas called into action again as he turns it behind for the corner. Visibly angered, aren't they, Hartpury, as they felt that Bickerstaff had been in possession of the ball inside his own half in the move prior to receiving. Abdi, was he fouled there? Yes, he was, says Mark Burkett on the near side. Just a bit of a over-eager, over-zealous nature to the challenge. (3-2) on the foul count now against Hartpury. Closing few minutes though of this first 20. Teixeira dispossessed in a dangerous area. Loughborough now with bodies back defending, and Teixeira's done well to win it back. Made amends for his original error. Likewise, equally good defending down the other end for Hartpury's fix in Dale Richards. to Shearer. Breaks for Marshall Hale. Kerwin to Bright. Good challenge by Abdi. Morgan just opting to step the ball back and retain possession. To Shearer. Through the legs of Hale. Somewhat fortunately, through to Andrews, and on his left peg, just unable to divert the ball in the direction which he wanted to. Kerwin. Kerwin's done well. Kerwin goes on, but can't quite find the finish. Will be a corner. Bickerstaff, having got the touch, might have been going wide anyway. We might see from the replay. No, it was going in, wasn't it? Bickerstaff with another good save. It was destined to find the far corner. Credit to Bickerstaff for the stop there. I'll pass forward again. Kerwin. Looking for the diagonal pass. It was risky as intercepted. Great though from Hale and palmed away from danger. Bickerstaff again. Jack Tyson, number 17, pivot back on for Hartpury. Bright. Final minute of this first half. Tyson. Again, Loughborough with bodies around the player in possession. It's loose though, and Tyson. What an opportunity. And again, it was Loughborough's own wrongdoing. And once again, it's Bickerstaff to the rescue. That time, Morgan, of all people, usually so reliable. It just deflects wide in the end, doesn't it? Morgan here looking to set the counter-attack away. Malpaz, good goalkeeping. Positioned himself well and was alert to the danger. Out of his area quickly to sweep up there. Andrews held up by Kerwin, and this time it's Bickerstaff who comes out of his area to clear. And if there is to be a side in the lead at half-time, then they're going to have to be quick about it. 20 seconds now as it's thrown long to Tyson. Tyson across to Kerwin, was just slightly behind his run. Morgan then with a good tackle, trying to catch the goalkeeper Malpaz out, but it never looked likely as it's flicked on, and again Bickerstaff there forced to make the reaction stop. Well, it came from Morgan's somewhat rushed long-range effort, maybe had more time on the clock than he realised, and it very nearly ended up with the ball in the back of his own net. Hartpury here asking for the timeout, and indeed they will get it. So with 5.9 seconds left to play in the first half, to be precise. Hartpury and head coach Pete Valance opting to use their timeout. Very much a case of trying to set something up from this set piece, and well, when you've got it available, why not use it? Whatever the discussion is about, they'll have to be quick about it when they come to trying to execute on court. There's the Loughborough students camp, back level, having fell behind with Oli Desborough's goal with around 8 minutes played. Thiago Santos levelling us up though. Look like you're gonna, look interested. And barring success for Hartpury from this set piece, it looks as though we'll be going into half time with honours even. Still this late opportunity though. 5.9 seconds for them to work something. What have Hartpury got in the locker? It's played across to Morgan and quickly closed down, quickly shut off well by Huxter. Malpas vacating the goal, but it shouldn't matter in the end, although Bickerstaff might have there tried a long-range strike as the buzzer goes with Loughborough in possession on a 2v2. But that's how we stand then at half-time with 20 minutes played in the first game of this weekend's action. And on your Friday night futsal, it's Loughborough Students 1, Hartpury 1 at the break. Welcome back then to Hartpury College here in Gloucester, where at half-time our hosts Hartpury are level with Loughborough students. One apiece, the scoreline at the break. Ollie Desborough got the game's first goal. Composure personified in front of goal, wasn't he, with the way in which he took the opportunity when it presented itself. But Loughborough soon made amends and back level through Thiago Santos' strike. Plenty more opportunities in that first half for both sides. Hartpury will feel that they had the better of them. Joe Bickerstaff certainly the busier of the two goalkeepers, but Malpaz had a fine stop to make from Finney as well. Well, it's finally poised going into the second half after what was an entertaining first. Let's see how we restart. Underway then at the start of this second period, with Hartpury in the red now kicking from left to right. It's a long diagonal pass from Malpaz. Richards turns and it's batted away from goal from Bickerstaff. Richards there maybe asking the question of whether there was a foul from Reese White-Hart. Yeah, palmed behind from Bickerstaff to keeper's level early on in this second period. That one's not caught how Richards wanted to and skewed well wide. Santos trying to feed the ball through a tight gap to Hunter, but Hartpury have it back through Richards and it's just wayward of Marshall Hale. Either side have drawn a single game so far this season. Draws very much uncommon in futsal. We're level at the moment. Next goal could prove to be crucial, you have to feel. So Loughborough on the attack. Given away though to Bright. Bright trying to set Kerwin away on the counter-attack. It's all the way back with Bickerstaff. Nice diagonal pass, and you could hear it called for as well. Well defended, the ball back with Hartpury. Hale. It's a pressured situation though for Kerwin, which he did well to escape from. Periods of sustained possession in that first half were very much few and far between, I think it's fair to say, for Hartpury. Long diagonal is headed away from the run of Bright by Bickerstaff. Out of his area well, and knew exactly where he was. But yeah, the opportunities that Hartpury had in that first half very much either being presented to them or being taken advantage of in transition or counter-attack moments. They've started this second half with more of the ball. Kerwin across from left to right to Malpaz. Malpaz never needs a second invitation to shoot, does he, the Hartpury goalkeeper? Blocked away that time by Hunter. Bright into Kerwin. Back to Bright and all the way back to Richards. Good challenge by Hunter to win the ball back for Loughborough. Hunter off target. Dropped short by Malpaz to Richards. Kerwin under pressure from Johnny Langley. Loughborough again pressing high. Three in the first line of the press there, Loughborough. Santos now retreating back as Hartpury use the extra player in the goalkeeper on the near side and use him well. Malpaz. That's obviously left unguarded though. Back to Bickerstaff. Hunter. Langley. To Hunter. Those two exchanging passes once more. Hartpury now maybe just stepping up the press a little more, and in doing so force the error from Loughborough to win the ball back that way. Bickerstaff, it's been a feature of the game so far that both goalkeepers have been involved in the in-possession play. Breaks here for Langley. And saved away with the feet of Malpaz. It's a bit of a scramble, wasn't it, before it broke back to Johnny Langley. Pulled the trigger on the strike, but a comfortable enough stop for the Hartpury goalkeeper. Experienced shot stopper, Dylan Malpaz. That one's loose from Santos. Bright finds the corner. What a finish from Chris Bright. And with less than 4 minutes played since the restart, Hartpury are back in front. Inch perfect with the precision on the finish from Bright. Had the goalkeeper Bickerstaff well and truly beaten as it rippled into the side netting of the far corner. The postage stamp of the bottom right for Bickerstaff. Desperate reach to try to prevent the goal, but couldn't get there in time. What a finish. 2-1 then. And Loughborough, if they are to take points from this game, will have to come from behind for a second time. Pendulum swings back in the favour of the host Hartpury. Lanham back to Richards. Richards looking long for Tyson. It's sent back to the goalkeeper though by Santos. Santos, nice give and go with the wall pass as it's then back to Langley looking for the run of Reese Whitehart towards the second post. Malpaz was alert. Malpaz that time with his distribution dropping short. Hartpury on the attack again here. Desborough's free to the right. It breaks here for Ollie Desborough. Might it get better for Hartpury? It does. Andrew Lanham on hand at the second post. And there's a cushion in this now for Hartpury, with a bit of room between the teams on the scoreboard. Desborough, who scored in the first half with an assist in the second, and Andrew Lanham makes it 3-1. Well, the job just doubled in difficulty for Loughborough. Hartpury now very much in the driving seat to go on and pick up all 3 points. Still plenty of time. We know how quickly things can change in this much-loved sport, but Hartpury will feel good about things, the way in which they've started this second half, that's for sure. Abdi lets that one run through cleverly to Shearer. Well held up by Richards. Andrew Lanham it was, wasn't it, back there for Hartpury? I beg your pardon. Don't want to do him a disjustice after scoring at one end and then positioned well to defend at the other. Corner here for Loughborough. In looking for Abdi, in the end it ran through to Huxter, but it was always going to be difficult to score from that with the pace behind the pass and the angle at which Huxter approached. It's flicked on for Kerwin. Hale. Hale have enjoyed himself so far on the right side of the scoreline against his old team. Teixeira. It's a chance that for Loughborough and blocked away by Morgan. Well defended. Loughborough just beginning to up the tempo and turn the screw a little since conceding the game's 4th goal. Andrews. Abdi. Better tempo about the play now for Loughborough and speed at which they're moving the ball. Andrews. Trying to feed it through on the ricochet to Teixeira. It's back to Bickerstaff. Have to wonder whether a timeout is an option for Jose Lorente, or perhaps a change of tactic with use of a full-on flying goalkeeper as well. Still plenty of time left for Loughborough, of course, to get back into the game. But something needs to change from their perspective. Bright. Morgan looking for the give and go, and Morgan very nearly on the end of that one as well. It's out once more on the near side for take 2. Morgan very nearly fed the pass through to Bright, but it's a counter-attack now for Loughborough. Abdi with Huxter lurking. Abdi just forced wide. Teixeira's there as well. In the end it bypasses him and it comes back all the way to Andrews. Cleared away from the block from Morgan. Another promising moment on the transition for Loughborough, and Hartpury again managing to contain that. Joe Huxter for a few seconds had all the space in the world towards the second post as Abdi broke free. Was not able to release the ball though. Bright to Melpats. This is another dynamic to the game which you might see creep in more and more, with Hartpury in control now and maybe happy to just run seconds and minutes off the clock. Andrews high into the roof, and it had gone out of play on the far side anyhow. Referee on the far side, Ali Rodriguez-Ballinger, just moving back the Loughborough players the required distance as Hartpury get the game going again. Morgan, Bright. Whistle's gone for the foul against Chris Bright, much to his bemusement. He was the player who ended up down. Might have just run out of room in actual fact, and a kick-in was taken, I think. Stays at just 1-0 on the foul count. Hartpury very much feel that that should have been their kick-in. Decision goes the way of Loughborough. Bickerstaff, back to Huxter. Teixeira. Into Abdi. Teixeira picks up possession again. Running into traffic and Does come away with possession though, with Andrews to the left and Outy to the right to share up to shoot himself. (3-1) then to Hartpury. On this Friday night futsal fixture. Game in which Loughborough would have been favourites for going into the game ahead of kick-off, but Hartpury very much showed us what they're about. And stamped their authority on the game now as well in the second half, with goals since the restart from Bright and Lanham. Bickerstaff there up to Finney and towards Morgan at the second post. It's another opportunity for Loughborough, which comes and goes a-begging. Bright down the line for Hale and then cleared away by Finney. Bright leaves that kick in for Dale Richards, but it's into a couple of purple shirts. Morgan back to Bickerstaff and towards the back stick again. Just too much power and pace behind the ball to the second post there, as no contact was made by any teammate. Flicked on here, looking for Bright. Side netting. Not quite as accurate as he was after the restart to give Hartpury the lead again that time. Neil Morgan, dispossessed. Tyson away down wide left, it's behind from Langley. Still a quarter of the game to play. Another Hartpury goal here though could somewhat kill Loughborough off. Things you sense just still not clicking for Loughborough, and at the moment they're on course for 2 defeats going into the Christmas break. Morgan. Cross here to Finney. It's well wide of the far post. Had that big chance in the first half, didn't he, Ethan Finney? Back in the squad for Loughborough today after his ankle injury was denied in the first period by Malpaz. Couldn't hit the target there on his weaker left foot. Nice long diagonal, Lanham. Want to call into action again at the back. Into a dangerous area for Desborough. It's a couple of times now that we've seen Hartpury able to just feed the ball through the first couple of Loughborough defenders from kick-ins or corners, situations like that. Bickerstaff visibly frustrated again, and it's been a frustrating night for Loughborough. Morgan. Hunter takes over. Langley to Finney. Finney with a parallel pass to Morgan. Well held up by Lanham, did well there. Langley. Hunter. Langley into Morgan, and well, what a chance that was again. Neil Morgan that time, who had an opportunity not dissimilar to that earlier. Loughborough there moving the ball much better than they have for the large majority of this game. It's just prodded wide from Morgan. On another day, Neil Morgan could have had two, but as it is, still unable to add to the score sheet, and it stays at 3-1. Oh, it's loose to give the ball away to Lanham. Now Richards. Lanham, heavy touch, gets away with it. Past Hunter initially and then runs the ball out of play. Morgan, who will be kicking himself if Loughborough do go on to lose this match, with a couple of chances that he's had. Breaks again there for the goalkeeper Malpas, gratefully gathers. Tyson tried to take it on the volley as it came back nicely to him. Both sides still with their timeouts if they wish to use them in the second half. We saw Hartpury opt to take theirs very late on in the first half. And they had that set piece. Didn't ultimately come to anything for them, but Loughborough didn't use theirs in the first half and still haven't in the second. Eight minutes and 28 seconds of playing time left. Certainly enough time for Loughborough. Can they make use of that? Bickerstaff. Great ball down the line that time to Vinny. Vinny takes that kick in. Hunter's effort didn't really have enough conviction behind it. Hartpury back in possession. Richards in a less familiar pivot role. Headed back across into a dangerous area, and still there is Hunter, but it's good goalkeeping again from Dylan Malpas. Sprawling around on the deck and managed to get two hands to the ball. Lanham, it's another opportunity for Hartpury. Lanham that time over the bar. Will be a corner, and I think Bickerstaff got a touch to it again. Andrew Lanham with a chance for his second goal of the game. Denied again by Bickerstaff. Hale, good turn. Bickerstaff on hand again. Might have felt disappointed, Joe Bickerstaff, to concede the third goal against Manchester in the game last weekend, but if Loughborough do go on to lose this one as well, he can hold his head high. Certainly made a number of fine saves to keep the scoreline down. Bright, well controlled. Hartpury kicking. As the time, of course, continues to tick away for every second that the ball's in play. Hartpury edging ever closer to their third win of the season, which would equal them up in terms of points on the table going into the Christmas break with Loughborough. Bickerstaff again there with another save, that time to stop Kerwin from a tight angle. Are we approaching stick or twist time for Loughborough now? With the option, of course, of the fly goalkeeper 5v4 power play in their arsenal, with Bickerstaff so comfortable in possession. Enjoys being part of the in possession play. Cross there to Abdi. Abdi just took a bit of a heavy whack on the far side there. He's ended up on the floor over on the far side of the court. Corner for Loughborough when we resume. Abdi gingerly back to his feet. Bright. Hale, he's had an excellent game for Hartpury, hasn't he, today? Marshall Hale. Hartpury again with a kick in. Cohen. Richards, Teixeira in close attendance. Hunter just about kept the ball in play on the far side. Bickerstaff that time faked to go long and instead went short to Huckster. Teixeira, could he spark a potential Loughborough comeback? It looked as though it took a touch from the angle we had, although the referees were better positioned. Maybe more hopeful than anything else for Loughborough in what's been a tough game for them so far, and certainly reaching the stages of desperation. Bickerstaff. Huckster. Huckster drives the ball towards the back post, and the long range strike there wasn't too far away. Bickerstaff had got back anyhow. Richards trying to catch Bickerstaff out and just keeping him honest and maybe planting a seed of doubt in his mind as to whether the fly goalkeeper is the best thing for Loughborough to do. Risk and reward as the buzzer goes there to signal the timeout, which has been called now by Jose Lorente and Loughborough. So the question posed as to whether this will be the stage at which Loughborough look to utilise fly goalkeeper. In deep conversation with the tactics board there, Jose Lorente and the Loughborough players. Remember, we have more FA National Futsal Series action to bring to you across the course of this weekend. It's a packed day of 5 fixtures tomorrow. 3 of those from the women's tier 1 and 2 in the men's. And then we'll have 1 fixture to round off the weekend on Sunday. Be sure to join us for those on the FA National Futsal Series YouTube channel. But still time here left in this one for Loughborough, and indeed I think we will see Bickerstaff be more adventurous in his play. Looked that way from the players' return to court from the timeout minute. Andrews to Langley. Andrews again. Well defended. Desperado finds himself in a bit of trouble in a sticky situation. Teixeira. Good block. Here we are then, Bickerstaff forward to support the attack. Teixeira. Loughborough, of course, do need to be careful that they don't hurt themselves in a way if they are to just run the time down towards the back post where Bickerstaff was. Teixeira couldn't quite find him. Loughborough corner. Huckster as the back man in this 5v4 setup. Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff again into Andrews. Gets the shot in, but it's wide. Good play though from Loughborough to work the shooting chance. Bickerstaff very much involved in that. If they can create opportunities like that, they'll certainly have more chances to do so before the end. just lacking the clinical edge in front of goal that time. Langley, Andrews back to Huxter. Moving the ball with good tempo. And Loughborough, as they try to break down this resolute Hartpury defence still. Huxter towards the second post. Andrews again. It's a fine double save from Malpaz. Might take on the chance to shoot as well. And Langley back there to cover. Big chance for Loughborough. Jake Andrews twice denied by Malpaz in front of goal. To Shearer. In towards Andrews again, and it just evaded him. And the run of Bickerstaff as well. Warning signs though for Hartpury. They're struggling to contain this Loughborough power play. Big double save from Malpaz. Both sides appealing for it, but it did look as though the last touch came off a frustrated Jake Andrews. Referee Mark Burkett had the situation right beneath his nose. Do wonder whether playing on their home court has benefited Hartpury at all today. Shouldn't really make a difference, should it? But the fact that they're so accustomed to it, and Loughborough not so, maybe just gave them an advantage. It's been a great display from Hartpury, and much improved one to what we've seen from them for the majority of the season. To Shearer, into Andrews, Bickerstaff there as well, but it's wide again. Well, the chances really are now flowing for Loughborough, and Hartpury fortunate they still have their 2-goal lead intact. Teixeira wriggles free and is then hacked down to ground by Marshall Hale. Might be subsequent punishment as well for that. Yellow card was there shown to Marshall Hale. And the referee, Oliver Rodriguez-Ballinger on the far side. First caution of the game goes his way. One that he'll be happy to take, though, I'm sure, with Loughborough on the counter-attack. Time very nearly up as Loughborough go in search of 2 goals without a Hartpury response. Abdi. Huxter. Teixeira. Wide again. Malpaz drops it short and it's sent long by Richards, but the buzzer's gone anyhow. And that was on target, and with the timeout having been called by Hartpury, they might be wishing that they hadn't put that card in, because Bickerstaff was well high up the court. It was dropped short for Richards. Timeout was called by Pete Valance and Hartpury, and we'll have another minute's break before the final concluding moments. Tomorrow then in the men's Tier 1 we see Bolton up against Manchester, top of the table Manchester at the moment, albeit the side who we'll see in action later on tomorrow, Bloomsbury, do have a game in hand. Bloomsbury very much firm favourites for their fixture against Wessex. Still without a point at the bottom of the table, Wessex so far this season. York Vikings will have to wait until Sunday when they'll take on London Helvetia. Three minutes, 4 seconds left on the clock. Hartpury 3-1 to the good. Goals from first Desborough, then Bright and Lanham, with Santos having made it 1-1 before half-time. Teixeira, here's Andrews. Cleared away to Bickerstaff. If they can get one soon, then that really would set us up nicely for a grandstand finish. Sometimes I guess you just know when it's not your day, and with the chances that Loughborough have had, like they feel like that today. Abdi, Andrews, Huckster, palmed away by Malpaz. Took no chances in trying to catch that one and shoot for goal. Safety first to palm away, but it's always risky when you shoot straight at the goalkeeper with your own net free. Huckster. It's one back for Hartpury, and then forward it goes to Richards. The net's free again here, and Abdi's back there defending. Goal-saving intervention from Abdi, but there's another opportunity here for Hartpury to really kill the game off. Morgan into the side netting at the near post. Big chance to do just that, to kill the game. Jack Morgan couldn't take it. Andrews trying to flick round the corner. Malpaz. A metre or so wide. Loughborough still with no sign of a thought to replace Bickerstaff and bring on a regular outfield player in his place. There's another chance. Comes and goes for them. That time Huckster firing wide. Big chance again, which somewhat just blends in with the other opportunities that they've had. There's another good opportunity. Huckster to Teixeira, given away though to Richards, with the net free again, it's wide. Well, Hartpury have certainly had their chances to kill the game off, haven't they, with the long range strikes and efforts on goal when Bickerstaff's not there. 1 more minute is the call from the Hartpury bench, just over. With every passing second it looks increasingly more likely. Huckster loose again, and Malpaz happy for it to just run all the way out and behind. Goes long with the throw out, and still Bickerstaff isn't back. Was that a foul? Bickerstaff certainly went in for the ball with the lunging challenge in the air. Yeah, just caught Morgan high. Very high foot, wasn't it, from the goalkeeper? Difference there with, if no contact had been made, then I might have seen an indirect free kick given, but with the contact with the foot of Bickerstaff, it's definitely a direct free kick and an opportunity for Hartpury as a result of that. Yellow card was incidentally shown to Joe Bickerstaff as well. Richard stands behind this then and thunders it goal bound, but it's palmed away by the Loughborough goalkeeper. Closing minute, there's a tangle of legs and bodies on the far side. Huckster not happy with a couple of Hartpury players. Ex-teammate Marshall Hale just strays clear of the situation. Now Bickerstaff is replaced with Langley on with the goalkeeper's top. Huckster blocked away by Bright. A big 3 points on the horizon now. With a firm grip on them, Hartpury. Kicking for Loughborough. Stranger things have happened. It just seems unlikely given the way that the game's gone so far. Huckster. Back to Huckster again. Forward to Abdi. Abdi. And again it's off target and celebrated by the Hartpury bench, who know now that they're edging oh so close to picking up their 3rd win of the season. And they'll feel that they deserve it as well, with the way in which they started the game on the front foot. Got the game's opener and set the game alight. Were pegged back with Thiago Santos' equaliser. The second half display has been brilliant from them to get the 2 goals, and they might add another here through Bright. It was more of a cross-come shot than anything else in the end, but All won't matter to the result. Three seconds. Forward to Andrews. And it is fired in, and whether that will count or not is somewhat irrelevant, because as that's fired into the top corner, the buzzer sounds in the end anyhow. Loughborough might feel that that's somewhat typical, that right at the end they do find the net, but with no time left. As it's smashed in there by Jamie Hunter. Still a dispute as to whether that goal's going to count or not, but either way it won't matter, and Hartpury have taken a big 3 points here at their home venue of Hartpury College, with goals from Ollie Desborough, Chris Bright and Andrew Lanham to pick up the big 3 points for them. Here are the key moments as we take a look back at the highlights. Plenty of chances, wasn't there, for Loughborough? Chris Bright here in the second half, set away on the counter-attack. What a finish that is to find the corner. Great goal. Inch perfect. Desborough here, there, feeding the ball across to the second post, and Lanham on hand to turn it in. Desborough, who scored in the first half there with an assist in the second. And at that point, it was all looking cosy for Hartpury. Loughborough gave it what they had, and ultimately it wasn't enough. And struggled to break down the resolute 5 of Hartpury in defence. Big chances they did have though, not less so than this double opportunity for Andrews with a good double save from Malpaz. Fly goalkeeper tactic looked as though it was causing Hartpury problems, but still the finishing touches weren't applied for the students team. This was a chance to kill the game off for Hartpury. Abdi covered that, but in the end it didn't matter, with Hartpury going on to pick up all 3 points. All got a little scrappy towards the end of the game, as you can see here, with that one into the side netting. But celebrations at the end, and celebrations worthwhile as well for Hartpury and Pete Valence's side. They pick up a big 3 points, their 3rd of the season, to draw them level on points with Loughborough. Final score, Loughborough Students 1, Hartpury 3.